not a policy in place towards the third world?
Well, of course, we do work with the government in terms of international development, and we have an assembly group that also looks at international development. I have to say that I think there have been some changes in that group. We would want to continue to work with them, but we are working on an international development statement. I expect that to be coming forward fairly soon, because no matter what we say about how difficult times are in Northern Ireland, there are shades of poverty. And if people think that we are having difficult times and that there are people in poverty in Northern Ireland, there are other parts of the globe that they should visit or look at, and they will see the massive need that there is, and in a region that has a relative abundance, we do well to remember those who are in much greater need than ourselves.
Thank you. And I call Mr. Sidney Anderson.
Developing corporation tax setting powers is a key commitment in the programme for government, as a wide range of evidence has shown that there is significant economic benefit to lowering the rate in Northern Ireland. While the legislation to transfer responsibility for the tax continues to progress through Parliament, consultation events are being held with key stakeholders in respect of the technical aspects of the bill. We remain confident that the legislation is on track to receive royal assent before the general election. Further preparations to reflect the changes in the legislation will then be required by HMRC and tax software suppliers, so a reduction in the rate will not be introduced until at least April of 2017. However, as we already have a very strong talent pool, the economic benefit will be seen in advance of this date, as Indigenous companies and inward investors will increase their investment levels in anticipation of a rate reduction.
Thank you. And I call Mr. Anderson for a supplementary.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the First Minister for his answer. First Minister, you have touched on the possible date for the legislation for corporation tax, but can I ask you when you would like to see the corporation tax becoming effective? And I can also ask you what you should think that rate should be.
Well, the Deputy First Minister and I have met with the Chief Executive of Invest Northern Ireland and with people from the Department of Finance and personnel. It is very clear from an Invest Northern Ireland point of view, we would waste a massive opportunity if we were to wait until the 1st of April 2017, which would be the date when it could be in force in Northern Ireland. But the potential for us to sell 2 years without any cost to our budget would be lost if we were to wait until then. So I think the advice from Invest Northern Ireland is that we decide as soon as possible what the rate should be, what the date should be, and to give a clear commitment that it is for a long term that we are intending to keep that level of corporation tax. The